When you talk about those issues like teenage pregnancy or GBV or HIV, I think there's two approaches. The conventional one that is using training, workshop, conferences is actually appealing to your intellect. You learn things more like in a classroom type of setting. The second approach, which is the one we are using, is by using arts such as dance, because it doesn't appeal to your intellect, it appeals to your heart, to your emotions. And I strongly believe that if you feel something, if you feel for the character on stage or for the character in the movie, then you are more likely to react. And then if you react, you are more likely to learn, to understand, and ultimately, because we talk about behavior change, to change your behavior.
So, tell me, how does Picasiana dance align with OYO's mission to create a social awareness? And what themes will it address that are relevant to Namibian youth?
It's a very relevant question because that specific project, the Picasiana dance, is a little bit different from what we are normally doing. As part of the work we normally do, it's the OYO dance troupe. And it's the first and still to date only dance troupe that is employing full-time young people as performers in Namibia. And from time to time, for us, it's important to also develop a more artistic project, something that is a little bit different and that also challenges the dancers as dancers so that they can also improve with their own art craft. So a Picasiana dance is more of an artistic project. However, it still has some theme and relevant topic for the audience. For example, Picasso lived during the war. He lived during the First World War, the Second World War, the Spanish Civil War, and currently in the world, unfortunately, there's still a lot of violence and a lot of war. So it's a good opportunity to talk about it and to talk about the impact those conflicts have on communities.
Okay.
So even though it's a more artistic project, it has got some social issues behind.
So tell me, what are your expectations from the schools attending the matinee performance, and how do you hope it will impact the students' perspective on the issues you address?
So one of my expectations first is to encourage students to consider art, because there's not enough art education in schools, and I think it's very, very important that we start promoting the creative sector in Namibia. So we hope to inspire young people to also consider the creative sector as a sector that is worth exploring for your career. Not everybody is an academic. Not everybody can become a doctor or a lawyer. Some people are more practical and creative. And the creative sector is worth looking at when you are a young person. So we hope to inspire people first and foremost. And secondly, we also hope to have them reflect a little bit and maybe want to learn more. The show is about Pablo Picasso and his work, and some people might not know about it. So we want to, trigger their curiosity that maybe they can go and learn a bit more and discover new things that they are not used to see.
Okay, so tell me, I understand Miss Emilia Kemelin from the Spanish Embassy will attend the matinee. Can you tell us about her involvement and what this representation means for the event?
Sure. So Pablo Picasso was a Spanish painter and he died 51 years ago. So last year was the 50th anniversary of his death, and the Spanish embassy is actually the one that commissioned the piece. That's the one that said, because this artist died 50 years ago, let's try to do something, and let's try to get the Namibian community to learn more about the work that this artist did. So the Spanish embassy was the driver behind the project, and they made this project possible. And we are very pleased that Ms. Emilia Selemin, who is the deputy head of the Spanish embassy, attend the performances today, because then they can see the results of the work that they have contributed to create.
Can you share any success stories from previous artistic projects that perhaps OYO has undertaken, which have had a significant social impact on the community?
Sure, I can think about a couple of examples. For example, we did a movie called Lucas, and also a couple of dance pieces about the issue of street children. And thanks to this movie, And thanks to the dances we have also developed on the topic of street children, we have helped quite a few children to either drop out of schools or return to school while they were already in the streets. And for us, that's a win because, of course, we want kids to be in school. We don't want kids to be in the streets. So we are very, very pleased with the outcome of this project because we are really identifying kids at risk and helping kids at risk or kids who are already sort of living in the streets to come back to school and to get to take their education seriously.
So how does OYO plan to continue engaging the public on these social issues beyond this event? And perhaps what future projects should we look forward to?
Sure. So we're still going on with the project on street kids because unfortunately it's a huge issue in Namibia and that's not a project that we can just do, in a couple of weeks. So for example, next month we will have public screening of our film Lucas in various communities and we will engage the community to reflect on the issue of street children. Towards the end of the year, we have the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. So we will again have some community work around gender-based violence, trying to address this very complicated issue.
Any message towards the Namibian broader community about the importance of addressing teenage pregnancies, gender-based violence, and HIV through creative platforms like the arts?
Sure. I mean, for me, we cannot hide away from those issues. We have too many girls who are falling pregnant. We have too much gender-based violence in Namibia. We need to talk about it. We need to change. It cannot continue like that. And using art is one of the ways, not the only way, but it's one of the ways to try to make a difference. So really, we encourage people to come and watch our performances, watch our movie, contribute to the discussion, contribute to the conversation, and ultimately we really, really hope to have an impact and to make a difference. We cannot in 10 years' time still face the same issues in Namibia. We have to progress.